So that's why trans people are invisible 364 days a year.
Bro, did you see the chick the person, I refuse to call that a chick, who came up with Trans Visibility Day?
The penguin? Yeah, I saw that.
What I should start the show, right? Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Monkey in the Morning, right? That's what we're doing?
I guess.
I think so. I'm Monkey, he's Jack. Say hi, Jack.
Hi, everybody.
Yeah. If you're watching this on YouTube, it might seem like we've been gone for a full week. That's not true. We took down the one with Crowder on it. There was some confusion there, Jack. Some people thought YouTube hit us. That's not what happened. I took it down before they could.
That was the smart move.
I dropped an F slur, is what it is. Jack, how you doing, my friend?
Happen. I'm okay. How are you?
Not worth talking about at all. I'm happy, and that's what matters.
If you're happy and you know it, you're supposed to clap your hands. Yeah.
I don't think I can do that right now.
Oh. Do it for the Lord. It was his getting out of bed day. That's
okay.
What he did, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, he took like a 3-day nap. Must have had the flu or something.
Now, before the show, there was a donation that's going to lead into our first topic here, Jack. So I'm just going to go ahead and read that.
Oh, well, you should probably do that.
Before I do that, I had a couple from off the air. Thank you, Dark Resurrect. Oh, wait, is that one we already did? I'm going to thank you for it anyway. So what's the late night history channel shit? Yeah, that is one we did. And Dixie, thank you so much for the offline one that said Happy Easter. Now, right before the show, Snubber said, not a Christian, but yeah, this was deliberate. Do it on Ramadan and I will be impressed. All right, so we need to jump into this. And some of you are not going to like what I have to say. Go ahead, bud.
Real quick, thank you, Dixie Rose 63, for the generous donation that said Happy Easter. Happy Easter to you too, Dixie. Hope you had a good one. Sorry we were taking the day off.
Yeah, it was not. None of that was planned. It really was not planned. Hollow chocolate bunnies are cruel and unusual. I actually prefer them. I don't need that much chocolate, Jack. I don't need a solid bunny.
I disagree. I think if you're going to get a bunny rabbit, it's deceptive practices to give you a hollow one. It just makes it look like you get more than you have.
How come nobody makes a like chocolate bunny or chocolate animal thing like that and like stuffs the insides with like gummy worms and stuff to make it look like their intestines?
A question for the ages, my friend.
Yeah, you do that, and kids will buy that stuff because kids are gross.
Yeah. Do like a Garbage Pail Kids Easter bunny.
Yeah, just give them all their internal organs just made out of gummy.
Yeah,
you will make a mint. You guys are welcome. All right, because that's Halloween. I mean, bunny rabbits have internal organs all year long. I'm fairly certain.
I have no evidence of that, so.
The first time I ever saw a cat kill something, it was my cat. He sliced the side of a bunny rabbit and then just left it sitting there to die. I've seen the insides of a bunny rabbit. It's tragic. It still haunts me. I was so mad at my cat because I'm a pacifist, Jack. I'm a peace lover. That's not true. I just don't like when animals get hurt. And yeah, my cat, he just sliced it from tail up to the front shoulder.
Oh my.
And it was just the skin was just hanging off.
Well, that's gross.
Yeah, it was nasty. He was a badass cat though, man.
Apparently. Dixie just showed up in chat right after we thanked her for the donations.
Dixie, thank you for the donations when we were offline.
Yeah, thank you very much. That was nice of you.
Wounded rabbit scream horribly. Not this one. It must have been in shock because it just sat there until it eventually fell over and died. Anyway, on the screen here, we have. Go ahead.
Says the guy that smacks bitches with shovels at a PC.
That's a human, though. They're fine. She was fine. On our screen is Cobblepot. I forget this person's name. They go by, I think, Rachel something. It's a dude, if you were wondering. It was born with a penis. And this is the person responsible for Trans Day of Visibility, Jack.
Yeah, Rachel Crandall Crocker, not Cobwald Oswald. You know what I'm talking about. Oswald Cobblepot.
Yeah.
I'm really tired, apparently.
Well, Trans Day of Visibility blew up the other day because Joe Biden came out and declared March 31st Trans Day of Visibility, which this year happened to be Easter. And right-wingers and conservatives and the like all got really pissed off because Joe Biden declared Easter to be Trans Day of Visibility. And we got to talk about that because that's calm down. You guys are mad about the wrong fucking thing. Trans Day of Visibility has been on the 31st of March since 2009. Joe Biden has been giving a declaration of March 31st being Trans Day of Visibility since 2021. This was not about telling Easter folks to fuck off. It was the same thing he's done for 4 fucking years, okay? I get why people are pissed off about it because, actually, I don't, because if Easter had a day and they did it on that same day, that would make sense. But Easter is all over the map.
Yeah. One of the things I think people didn't realize is that this is a real thing, Trans Visibility Day.
Mm-hmm.
I think most people have never heard of this. And because it fell on a holiday, it got a lot more media coverage than it would have normally.
Well, the 31st of March is the day Easter falls on the most. But when we say the most, Jack, over a 500-year span, it falls on the 31st 24 times. Out of 500 years, that is from the year 1753 to 2252. And over that time, 24 years.
I think we shall be mad at Obama for making this a thing anyway. So, I mean, 2009, it's less than 20 years old. And, I mean, why are we pandering to Oswald Cobblepot?
Because that's what they do now.
Yeah, I just don't get it. So the fact that Biden didn't say Happy Easter and he focused on this, I think did make some people irritated because it's...
Well, they did put out an Easter tweet and they did everything they normally do.
The minimum.
That's true. The one that annoyed me, excuse me, and the one where Christians, you guys would have a point, is actually this one from Easter Day, from the 31st, where Biden said, well, whoever does his Twitter for him, because this isn't in gibberish. Today on Transgender Day of Visibility, I have a simple message to all trans Americans. I see you. You are made in the image of God, and you're worthy of respect and dignity. That last line there, Jack. That's the one y'all should be pissed off at.
Well, I thought it was the fact that he could see invisible people.
No, he's been able to do that for a while.
He's the trans whisperer.
We've seen him shake hands with invisible people.
Yes, it's been very odd.
You are made in the image of God. Invoking God here, this is the part that really pissed me off. Because the fervor, fuck, the little Hitler guy. No, the people being upset over all of this, you were upset about the wrong thing. I'm sorry, guys. This stuff has been going on for years. It just happened to fall on Easter Sunday this year. It wasn't done. They didn't pick in 2009, be like, we're going to do it this day because in 2024, it's going to piss off a bunch of Christians. That's not why it was done. It just happened to do that because it's during the 2 months that Easter can fall on.
I hate to correct you, but these are not Christians. These are Easter worshipers.
Tomato. I don't work for the mainstream press, so I still call them Christians.
The cult of the rabbit is most displeased with you, monkey.
Yeah, they'll be fine. But Oswald Cobblepot, I have a much bigger problem with the holiday itself, or the it's not a holiday. I shouldn't call it that. The made up bullshit, look at me, I'm trans day. And here's why, Jack. Trans used to mean you were going from a man to presenting as a woman and hoping society saw you as a woman. And something like a visibility day wasn't something they wanted because it's just a reminder of the trans part of trans woman. Trans people used to want to be seen as male or female, and it has become its own identity. And so the people who really are dysphoric, the ones who really do feel just this immense pain of being in the wrong body, to have this shit where it's like, look at us, look how special and wonderful we are, when all those people want is to try to live the most normal life you can, it's fucking insulting. It's disgusting. And these are the people that call me a bigot because I think that this is asinine.
You monster.
How dare you care about the actual sick people? It's insane, man. Trend, you guys can go back. I think it's 2019 or somewhere around there, the first year that I commented on this on Twitter, because I remember when it trended, and I was shocked. I was like, what kind of fucking trans person wants to have visibility? They want to blend. It's the whole fucking point.
Yeah.
You want to be seen as the other gender. And now they're like, no, I'm trans.
Well, as I've said many, many times, this is just hurting trans people, and it's going to destroy their movement, their ability to be accepted because of a bunch of weirdos and attention-seeking perverts.
Yeah. And instead of the sympathy they deserve, instead it's like, yay, you're trans. We all know what trans means. Trans means not in this instance, Jack.
Mm-hmm.
When you're talking about a trans woman, you're talking about somebody who's not a woman. When you say trans man, you're talking about somebody who's not a man. And I had an argument with a moron trans person over this. That is not what it means. I'm like, all right, what's trans mean? It just means they're a different kind of woman. Yeah, but what specifically? Special? Like if I said fat woman, you'd be, oh, that's a woman who's fat, right? If you say an ugly woman, so it's a woman who's ugly. What's a trans woman? It's a woman who's not a woman.
No, they're magical beings like the Fae folk.
And if it's how you live your life and all that, I mean, more power to you, I suppose. But I don't think society should have to play along with you. I think it's probably in your best interest for us not to go along with delusion. But even that, if you're a grown-ass person, I don't give a fuck. Leave the kids alone. That's where my issue comes in.
Yeah.
Look, leave the kids alone.
You can pretend to be special all you want. This doesn't make you special. This makes you kind of disgusting for mocking people with severe, serious gender dysphoria, which is a mental illness. And you're kind of an evil person for mocking them and bandwagoning so you can get attention like a weirdo.
Also, we have to amend that because it used to just be leave the children, but leave the women alone now too. Stop parading your dick in front of them in locker rooms. Stop competing against them and breaking all the world records like, look, I'm the strongest woman ever. Yeah, as a man, you would be.
Riley, real quick, thank you, Evolved Potato. I found it funny that some people posted the picture of the dead trans shooter from the Christian school saying, Happy Trans Day of Visibility. The trans activists had a meltdown about it. Yeah, that's right.
There were quite a few people that were tweeting out Trans Day of Visibility and all the different let's call them criminals, shall we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The pedos and the shooters and the other attention-seeking weirdos.
Well, that kind of leads into another topic that's worthy of discussion. Scotland. The fuck are you idiots doing? they just passed. Well, they actually passed it back in 2021, but just yesterday, they had a new law go into effect where you're not allowed to misgender people, Jack.
Oh yeah, this is going to be like the Canadian one, isn't it?
Something like that. It's basically the J.K. Rowling law.
Yeah.
She lives in Scotland, and this is you're not allowed to do that. It's hate speech.
They go after her. She is wealthier than the entire nation of Scotland.
Did you see her Twitter on this?
Oh my god, yeah, she's really taking a stand. It's pretty badass, actually.
Yep. She posted a whole list of, let's call them deviants. Actually, they're mostly sexual criminals and murderers, and properly calling them by their female pronouns like she should, until she gets to the final one where she's like, "I'm just kidding, they're all men." Yeah, Scotland, I don't know what the fuck you guys are doing. The notion that it's a hate crime to call somebody who was born a man is absolutely fucking retarded. I mean, that is beyond retarded. You've legalized or made illegal science, actual science. You're like, no, that's illegal.
It's the unapproved science.
The English language used properly, that's illegal.
Sons of bitches.
And I get it. You Scots aren't real good with the English language to begin with. I've heard you speak.
It's like English, but with phlegm.
It's like English with phlegm and alcohol.
Well, yeah, whiskey. Probably a little bit of heroin.
Reality has been banned. It has. This is fucking insane. Look, I'm sorry, trans folks. You want to be called he, whatever it is you want to be called. If other people don't want to play along with it, get the fuck over it. You're a grown-ass adult. Granted, most of these people are doing it. Calling them adults is stretching the word adult. We're talking in numbers only. They tend to be mental midgets. I'm going to leave it at that. Keldrick, thank you. I didn't much care about the Day of Visibility Easter controversy beyond thinking the Trans Day of Visibility is dumb holiday because they always strut around like peacocks, but I did thoroughly enjoy the memes. I don't mind people having fun with it, but there were people really pissed off about it.
Yeah. Well, some of it's probably phony outrage to gin up attention, but I don't know.
Well, I was talking with Scribbles on Twitter about it, and he goes, I understand why people they could have just changed it for this year, but why? Because people were overly sensitive about something. And I'm sorry, Christians, if you guys got mad about it being Trans Day of Visibility, you were being oversensitive. Be as mad as you want at me about that, but it's true. That day's been that day for more than a decade, and you ain't bitched about it any year since. But since it fell on Easter this year, so like he's called it Easter. No, it's just the day it was. Tell the Catholics or whoever the fuck decides when Easter is to pick a fucking day. Stop basing it on the moon cycles, for fuck's sake.
Well, that's when the solstice that they plastered Easter on, so they could convert the heathens.
But you don't need to just pick a fucking day. Pick a day.
Nope. They're non-committal.
Fuck it. Stick it to the trans people. Make it the 31st every year. I don't give a shit. But it wasn't done on purpose. It wasn't done to piss off Christians. And I don't think you should appease people who get their feelings hurt over something that didn't really happen. Anyway, Trans Day of Visibility should have been on April 1st. I mean, technically, I think it is. But this is the person we have to thank for the made up look at me. Please look at me. I need attention, please. And that's literally why it was done, Jack. I don't know if you've looked into that.
Oh, yeah. It's fucking stupid. That's why I have a problem with all these recognition things, these unofficial pseudo holidays. Eventually will probably become federal holidays.
Yeah, most of them are. Same with your different months we have now. Get fuck right off with all that nonsense. Look at me. I don't want to. I need to be seen. Why? Who are you? Who are you that you are so important that everybody needs to look at you?
Why won't you look at me?
And how come when I look at you and make fun of you because you look like, the Penguin from Batman Returns, that's a bad thing? I thought you wanted me to look at you.
Not like that. You have to look at them and be like, you're so stunning and brave.
I'm special.
Why won't you recognize my specialness?
I had one of the most asinine arguments I've ever had today. Actually, I had two in the last 24 hours that are among the most asinine I've ever had.
That's a bold statement.
It is. I was called. I was told that that I slander gay people, and I was like,
all of them?
Yes, I slander gay people.
Oh,
and this is because I made a comment about trans people, which, by the way, I wasn't rude. The Krasensteins. I forget which of the two retards it was, but one of those two idiots was like, what did he say? Something to the effect of, it's hypocrisy for Christians to be mad about this. They should turn the other cheek, or something stupid like that. And I merely pointed out that I didn't think that Jesus would come down and tell kids that they were born in the wrong body. I mean, if he's going to go to religion and to Christians, he should at least, probably get at least part of it right.
You would think so, but this is a Krasenstein, so.
But because I said Jesus wouldn't come down and tell kids they were in the wrong body, I was slandering gay people.
I don't understand how.
And I was like, okay, how? And they say, you do it a lot. I'm like, give me an example. And their response was, what would you do if you had a gay kid?
That's not an example.
That's not an example. That's actually asking for me to say something that they could then say I was slandering gay people with. It was somebody asking me, apparently they were using Miss Cleo abilities to see in the future me slandering gay people.
Oh. Well, it's a weird power, but all right.
Evolved Potato, thank you. I would like to point out something, Monkey. Up until this year, how many people do you think actually knew the Trans Day of Visibility existed?
That's my point.
Because I didn't, and I suspect most people didn't either. So this is really the first year they know about it. Well, how did they know about it this year compared to other years? And I'm not saying you, because I'm guessing, Evolved, that you saw it from one of these bigger folks who made a big deal about it. People who follow the White House and saw the White House's message get transmitted, the same message that they've transmitted the last 3 years.
Yeah, most people aren't following the White House account, though, because it's boring as shit.
Trans Day of Visibility has blown up on Twitter every year for the last several years. It's been in the news several times over the last several years. It didn't come out of nowhere.
No, I think it's because this year it fell on a holiday and the news media wanted to stick it to the stupid Christians. And they artificially pumped a lot of this shit up and created the faux outrage. And then people like the quartering who need attention all the time jumped all over it to try and help so they could get little internet PP touches too.
And let me warn you, Christians, right now, they're going to use this and be like, see, they freak out over everything because this has been a thing for years.
Yep. They're going to use any outrage you have, real or not, faux outrage or whatever. They're going to use it against you because they're going to say you're the sensitive ones. You're the ones that can't take criticism.
Ebony, thank you. Mainly people are beyond fed up with trans people, whether they are actually trans or not, getting special treatment. Half to our dear Jack. Thank you, sweetheart.
Thank you, Ebony.
And you know what? To that point, all you're doing, all this has done is give the media a thing to look how unreasonable they are. It's been going on for 15 years and suddenly they're mad about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That they're going to use this as propaganda.
Yeah, this is a media because one guy on a blog nobody read complained that Starbucks took the Christmas stuff off their fucking cup and it blew up to worldwide headlines. One fucking guy. And the narrative, you can go back and watch people talk about this on talk shows and their little monologues and on the news, like, these Christians are so sensitive. And in that case, Christians weren't. In this case, you guys kind of were. But the quartering needs more attention than a cat in heat. He's kind of having his own Hassan moment here, where he's except for in his case, he did it to himself.
Well, there's a shocker.
He's burned so many bridges having retarded arguments. He's kind of boogied it, really. And while his numbers are still decent, he doesn't have the clout that he used to with a lot of bigger creators and stuff.
Yeah, I've noticed that.
A lot of people are just done with him because he keeps picking stupid ass arguments.
It's probably a little bit of brown bottle influence there too.
Probably.
But yeah, he seems to be shooting himself in the foot metaphorically, YouTube, because he's got no ability. He's doing the Ian Miles Chung thing where he's trying to get everything is outrage. Everything's the biggest deal for 5 minutes. Then he moves along to some other stupid crap, and it's burning a lot of people's bridges because they end up in the crossfire of it. Real fast. So thank you, Keldrick. The trans women are just mad that Jesus rose again and their sex parts never can rise again. Wow.
Did Biden ignore Easter? If so, they had a whole Easter celebration on the lawn of the White House.
Yeah, they did the whole event with the Easter Bunny, who was his buddy again.
The egg roll.
And, the egg roll, yeah.
This one's in cats. You are wrong, monkey. They would never do this to a Muslim holiday. All right, you're just wrong from there. They didn't do this to Easter. It's been going on for 15 years.
Yeah, Easter hasn't been on the 31st for 15 years.
It was on the 31st back in 2013.
Yeah, but this started in 2009.
Yep.
It wasn't intentionally to go after Christians. That's just how the media is portraying it.
They forbade all Christian symbols for the Easter egg gig. Oh,
well,
God.
I think that's a separate thing because that's more in line with the secularization they've been doing. I don't think that had anything to do with the Trans Day of Visibility.
No, that came from the egg company that sponsors the whole event. It was their rules. And it's been their rules for a while. Again. But this year, suddenly
who else likes everybody that likes Easter is not a Christian. There's Hindus and Jews and everybody else participate in Easter because there are secular aspects of it, and it was stolen from the pagans.
There's a commercial aspect to it today, like there is with most holidays.
Yeah, it's really interesting how because having a Japanese in-law there it's really interesting how they do holidays in other countries that aren't Christian because to their Shinto. They take elements of a holiday and adapt it for themselves. And it's got nothing to do with Jesus over there. There's very few Christians in Japan. So the majority of the population is Buddhist.
I celebrate Christmas. I celebrate Easter. I celebrate Halloween. And I am not religious in any manner. I don't believe the dead are actually coming back, whether you're talking about Jesus or drunk Irish people. It's the commercial part of it that I celebrate, Jack, because it's fun. And yeah, why not? If Jewish holidays were more fun, I would celebrate those.
Yeah, that's kind of the problem, is that the Christian holidays are really fucking fun.
Yeah. You get the day off, lots to eat. Yeah, hell yeah. Candy.
Parties.
Give it to me.
Yeah, people give you gifts. There's big get-togethers. It was real big on family. So you have everybody get together and have a feast and then exchange gifts for most of them. So yeah, the Christian ones tend to be a lot more awesome than the others. It's just the way it is.
It really is. And the religious people, I understand it means something different to you. And by all means, go out and celebrate it the way you mean it. But it's not going to stop me from doing it the way I do. Alan, thank you so much. He says, good morning, monkey. Good morning, sir. I hope you're well. All right, Jack, let's move along. That's enough trans shit for today, or at least for the moment. We'll see what happens. So we got some new Bidenomics, Jack.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we've talked many times about how the BLS numbers, that's the Bureau of Labor Statistics, folks. Once a month, they come out with their employment numbers. And every month that they do it, it's like Biden beat expectations this month. And then if you read a little bit further down, it says, but by the way, they had to severely downgrade last month. And they've done this over and over again. Well, the Philly Fed came out and they said that up. What's that?
I said say it fast. Philly Fed.
Philly Fed. They came out and estimated that up to 800,000 of the jobs supposedly out there don't actually exist. And the way they came to this number was looking the BLS survey. There's two different surveys. The first one is called the household survey. And this is where they call around to your house and be like, hey, how many people in your house have a job? How many are looking for a job? How many couldn't find a job? And that's what they base their estimate on. And then they have the actual numbers come in of payroll from different companies and stuff. Like, yeah, we hired 30 people this year or this month, right? And those two numbers are off by almost 1 million. And not in the good way, Jack. We've talked before that if you take away, because they like Biden's got 15 million new jobs since he was president. And if you take away the 12 million who are people getting their jobs back after COVID, that's only 3 million, which is less than 100,000 a month since he's been president.
Yeah.
And this actually takes it down to 2 million over 4 years, 500,000 a year. That is, under any other circumstance, the news would be out there crying bloody murder. What the fuck is going on with our economy?
Well, they're never going to do that to a Democrat. You know it.
Less than 50,000 jobs a month. That is horrible. That is absolutely horrible, even with as good as our employment numbers look, Jack. Because the unemployment numbers, it's what is like 4% right now, which is actually not bad. But when you look at the unemployment number, you also have to realize that there's only so long that they keep counting you as unemployed.
Yeah.
What is it? 6 months, I think.
Yeah. After that, you fall off into the no man's land of not mattering.
Yeah, it's like he's no longer looking for a job.
Yeah.
So we don't know what that real number is. What we do know is that the job numbers are just terrible. They're absolutely terrible. You want at least like 150,000 new jobs a month, and we're not even getting a third of that.
Yeah,
150,000 is low, and we're not getting a third of that. And they're like, "Look how great the economy is! Look at all the employment." It's really insane.
Real quick. Thank you, Alan, who says, "Morning, Jack." Good morning, Alan. Hope you're doing well out there. Hope you had a good Easter.
I don't really care about that. Man, there's so much that's been going on. I
know
want to throw the J.K. Rowling tweet about the Scottish law into chat for folks. We're not going to go over it. This is not the one where she's goofing off, the one I told you about. This is her actually being very serious about it and what that law means and everything. She's basically daring them to throw her in jail.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't do that if I were you. It takes balls of steel, and I know she's got tons of money, Jack, but it doesn't matter how much money you want if the government decides to take you down.
Yeah, I think it would really make them look incredibly stupid, though, because putting her in jail, while there'll be celebration from a lot of mouthy activists, the average person is going to be like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
So I think it would be incredible publicity for her, and they hopefully recognize that and don't do anything stupid.
I I hear you, but I also know that these people don't much care how they're seen.
Yeah.
Because they believe that they're on the right side of history.
Yeah. People seem to have not grasped the concept that these are borderline religious zealots. They act like a cult, and they will continue to do that. And that will mean that innocent people are persecuted because the fanatics are the ones in charge with power.
The trial would be a show. Absolutely. Absolutely. Hateful anti-trans thumbnail. Did you know that 97% of cis hetero men will not perform oral sex on a female penis because of their bigotry and hatred towards trans women? It's because they don't want to suck a dick, homie. A female penis. That's the other really weird argument I got into. Because Andrew Tate came out, and I got to make fun of Andrew Tate. You know I do. It's not my fault. The guy's a fucking joke. But he just tweets out, I'm not calling you her or she, you're a man or something like that. He wasn't responding to anybody.
Wait, isn't this the dude that said he'd rather bang a hot trans woman than a real ugly woman?
Yep. I pointed that out to him, but he didn't respond to me because, well, he's Andrew Tate and he's a giant pussy. But
is he trying to square that with being a Muslim?
One of my little fans, one of the people I just can't get rid of, they're like herpes, but worse, told me that shows that I'm bisexual. I was like, what? Say, I'm gay or bisexual because I would sleep with an ugly woman instead of a pretty man.
No, that makes you heterosexual. I saw that thread, by the way. That person is an idiot. I don't know how they were able to type and breathe at the same time.
That is Eufio's replacement. That has become the one who nips at my nuts constantly.
Are you sure it's not Eufio?
I'm not positive it's not. I'm not sure either way, honestly. And I haven't looked for Eufio in forever, so it could be. But here, I just want to be perfectly clear on this, right?
Mm-hmm.
If somebody put a gun to my head, it's like you either have to sleep with Buck Angel or Blair White. Me and Buck are going to turn off the lights, and I'm gonna hate every minute of it, Jack. But that's where the vagina is, and I'm not gay. I don't want a penis. I got my own. I don't need another one.
Yeah, some people don't want to sword fight. They want to explore caverns.
I do not care how pretty the trans woman is. If you're having sex with them, that's gay. If you're a man having sex with a man in a dress, it's still a man. It just is.
You're never getting that job at Planet Fitness now.
I know. But the whole notion that, yeah, that's gay. Because they even asked me who my type, like Ellen Page. Like, I would fuck Ellen Page before any trans woman. Yes, 100%. I don't understand why that's confusing to people. We are so fucked in the head. You have people actually out there thinking penis and vagina sex, where both are biological, is gay. How did we get there?
We have a lot of very confused young people.
Oh my God, man.
Real quick, thank you, Evolved Potato. You know how China defines someone employed if they worked for at least an hour during the survey period? So with the Biden administration fudging the numbers like China does, I wonder how long until they do employment like China does too. Well, they're really pushing the 15-minute city nonsense. I don't know if you've been paying attention to that at all, Monkey.
No.
Oh yeah, they want the 15-minute cities because basically you don't leave your area.
Yeah.
You work, live, and die within 15 minutes of your home.
Yeah,
that's what they want.
I know what it is. And I know there was a push there for a while in England they were doing it too, right?
Yeah, they were trying to do it in London and there's a couple of test cities that are trying to do it here. Cleveland is one where they wanted to do this. And it would be basically like if you live in the hood, you're never getting out.
Yeah. And that was it in England where they had fines for if you went outside of your zone, even if it was like say you lived on the line of where it's basically a pie graph if you look at it, guys. And you can only shop like in your section of the pie. And even if the closest bodega is right across the street, but it's on that imaginary line, get fined for going there instead of going 12 miles to the bodega you were allowed to go to.
Yeah. If you leave your zone for do not have special reasoning for it, like a work travel thing, there's like a lot of incursions that you get in fines. So yeah, going to just to get some food is not a good enough reason.
Yep. Comrade Kitty, thank you so much for becoming a member. That is month number 9. Monkey, you slept and a barge hit a bridge in Oklahoma. Thanks. You're welcome.
Yeah,
they tried that in Alabama too, didn't they?
Arkansas.
Thank you. I saw your tweet on it.
Copycats.
Copycats.
Thank you, Frosted Glass. You know how I know that the argument is full of shit? Go up to any woman on the planet and say, I think you're hot because I'm into dudes, and see how many allies you come across. Of course, if you're successful, you might come across them anyway.
Well played. Well played indeed. Oh, well, I can't talk about this lady because she went back into hiding.
Oh, yeah?
And I don't remember her name, and she doesn't have it as her handle. All right, this is just going to be quick then. It's a video game developer, Jack.
Okay.
And she made a post the other day about her new game that she's working on. And her development team put up some video of it. And she said something to the effect of, just wait until the white men see that none of our players look like them, or something to that effect. Basically like, haha, we got no white men here. And she got a bunch of pushback for it. And so she went into hiding. And then she came out of hiding to say, I wasn't saying anything bad about white men. I wasn't being mean to white men or anything. I was just pointing out that minorities exist too. Here's the problem.
Yeah.
She's a white woman. And white women are the largest demographic in the country. So she's literally the oppressor, Jack.
Yeah.
Purposefully excluding somebody that to her is a minority. And I pointed that out to her, and that's when she went away again. Whoopsie. Some of these people really don't like it when you bring reality to their door. I will not listen to any fucking white woman tell me how oppressive I am. I'm not. You guys are the majority. Shut the fuck up. You're the people who are supposed to be shutting up because you have too much power. That's you guys, not me. Keldrick, thank you. For people that supposedly hate borders and discrimination, the left sure does make a lot of rules telling people where they can and can't go. That is true. That is true. Did you just see that article from out of UC Berkeley where they're not letting white guys or white, is it white people or white guys? They're not allowing them to do farming. UC Berkeley accused of systemic racism after banning white people from California community farm co-owned by the university on Saturdays.
Oh, there's a discrimination lawsuit in the making.
Thank you, Cass1. I got laid off by Amazon a month ago. There are no real jobs in my area anymore, especially after Tyson shut down that plant across the state. Have you thought about going down south, coming back up across the Mexico border, pretending to be Mexican, because Tyson might hire you then?
Yeah, your name could be Juan Garcia, and you'll get all kinds of free shit.
Yeah, I'm sorry to hear about your job and to make a joke, but that's my reaction to things.
Yeah,
I hope you find something. I really do.
Absolutely, and it's a lot harder, especially if you live in a smaller area. if like the only real employer in the area lays people off or shuts down, you're kind of boned.
And Frosted caught it. Yes. Only the non-whites can pick crops. Because leftists make tons of sense.
Well, look, they're big fans of history because they constantly talk about it as if it's happening right now. So they need to make it happen so they can bitch about it.
Hey, look, I'll be honest with you. If I don't have to pick my own food, I that's fine with me.
Yeah, that's why I don't have a garden.
I will have a garden with my tomatoes in it again this year, but otherwise, and I only do that for convenience, Jack. It's tomatoes. It's really quick to pull them off.
Fuck that.
But I'm not picking everything.
So you're going to leave the cotton alone?
Actually, I have picked cotton before, and it sucks. Cotton is pokey, man. Those plants are
like
not
a puppy?
fun.
Is it a pokey little puppy?
Yes, a pokey little puppy. Have you
read
that book?
How could you forget that book? That dog was adorable.
I never read it growing up. My wife introduced it to me when she introduced it to our children.
What?
Yeah.
You never had like little golden books as a kid?
I had golden books, but I never read that one.
That was like the big one. That and the bunny rabbit that wanted to be a daddy.
I don't know that one either.
Your childhood was horrible. You were deprived. We were incredibly poor people, and we had those books. Your childhood makes me sad.
Because I didn't read about a slow puppy.
Yes. Well, he was pokey. He wasn't like, oh.
No, he was slow. Like he was a retarded puppy.
No, it wasn't a Downsy puppy. Although that would be super adorable. But that's most dogs. Speaking of dogs, though, for Easter, Rico got bunny ears, and they looked like the bunny ears from the kid from Bob's Burgers.
Oh, nice.
It was like a hat, and I kept thinking about that every time I'd look at him, and he'd look at me with this, help me, look, like she's dressing me up again, save me.
All right, Jack, this is, I know we said we're getting away from the trans stuff. This isn't really the trans stuff-ish. It's kind of related, and it's worth looking at. Thank you, Donald Camp, for that feminist $12. Monkey, if the news isn't enough to piss you off, here are a few things to help. Ben Riley and Backpacks are awesome. 7 Spanish Angels and The Gambler. Thank you so very much. I appreciate it. Don't worry, the news has done more than enough to piss me off lately. This one I'm sharing just because it's fucking hilarious. Have you seen this clip?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
This is a queer fat club.
I'm queer and fat.
Okay.
Yeah, I posted this on social media. I don't know who I got it from, but yeah, this is fucking awesome.
This is amazing.
Thank you for joining. We're just introducing ourselves at the moment.
Okay.
Do you want to go ahead and introduce yourself, Joe?
Yeah, my name's Joe. I go by he, they, and I identify as 275 pounds.
Okay. Okay.
I feel like Jay's kind of making fun of me, though. I know it's kind of a shock. I know, kind of a new thing.
I'm just,
Do what?
I said I apologize.
Oh, no, you're good.
Are you comfortable leaving?
By the way, the correct reaction to a really skinny kid saying he identifies as 275 pounds is laughter.
Yeah, because he's clearly making a joke. No, I would almost guarantee this is a Medicare fan.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Kid. This seems like something a Swedish Squad member would do, because most people will say they would do it, but they won't. This guy's got balls putting himself on camera doing it. So I would almost guarantee, I would say it's a 95% chance that's a Medicare fan.
Whatever he is, his deadpan is wonderful.
Oh, he's great at it. That's why I think that this is some long-term troll. This is a Medicare fan that's been around for a while, probably fucked around in lots of people's chats, because he has nailed it. If I thought Frosted looked like this, that's what I would have thought this might be Frosted Glass.
Thank you, Retro. Monkey hates our eyes tonight. No, it's not that. It's that we got to look at this. Sorry.
In the group at the moment?
Why?
I'm not understanding why you're joining the group.
This is the queer and fat group now.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I came here for.
Okay. And you said you identify as fat?
Yeah.
Okay. This is just for fat-bodied people.
Yeah, I understand. I identify as a fat-bodied person.
I'm not understanding where you're coming from.
Really? In this world, you're going to say that?
I really think she doesn't get it. She probably does think it's a joke, but she's not getting the point of the mockery. I really think she is just totally clueless on what he's trying to accomplish.
If I'm her, you just let him stay there.
Yeah.
You ignore him.
This blew up because they're trying to kick him out.
Yes, and they actually do kick him out.
Mm-hmm.
Are you guys comfortable with me here? I mean, I'm pretty chill on my end.
I'm not comfortable, no.
Can we take like a vote?
I'm going to ask you to
I'm going to ask you to leave because even though you identify as fat, we don't recognize that kind of identity.
Yeah, that's not one of the socially accepted identities handed down by our all-seeing masters. No, this kid, he's brilliant at this because he even acts a little indignant about the whole thing. Like, yeah. I'm pretty chill.
Shit, I thought I had the CNN video. Oh, I do. We have to watch a CNN video. Don't worry, guys. Don't worry. It's not bad. CNN accidentally told the truth, Jack. So this is a CNN ad, and it's all going to be on the screen. So I will stop and read as we go. There's an apple on the screen.
This is an apple.
Oh, wait. This one has the volume going with it, too. So we get that.
Ooh.
Let me back that up then. I stepped on it.
This is an apple. Some people might try to tell you that it's a banana. They might scream banana, banana, banana over and over and over again. They might put banana in all caps. You might even start to believe that this is a banana. But it's not. This is an apple.
Do you think they even realized what they did there?
Nope.
Frosted, thank you so much. This is the Gay Fat Club. I noticed, right? Yeah, CNN actually just made the turf argument. CNN just accidentally said trans women are not women. This is from years ago. Is it really? I haven't seen it before.
Yeah, it's a newer one. Did you see the new Planet Fitness video that leaked?
Which one?
The fetish one?
No, I haven't seen that one.
Oh, okay. I'll drop it if we get to it. We'll get to it.
I've seen like 4 or 5 Planet Fitness things recently.
Yeah.
Because they just keep stepping on their dicks and literally the whole nonsense going on with them. It's amazing that not one person in their higher ups has gone, maybe we should at least shut the fuck up.
You would think so, but they have consistently been not just stepping on their own dick, but jumping up and down on it like they're playing hopscotch, or not hopscotch, double dutch.
Double dutch in the wiener.
Yeah, they're double dutching some serious dong there because, wow, these people are fucking dumb. They have made this into a huge story in right-wing circles, and it is just not going away. They're Bud Lighting themselves for some fucking reason.
Well, Jack, I think now we should move on to the part of the show I like to call educating the audience. I like to do this. I can do this without laughing. I like to do this to help those out there who might be struggling with some life lessons from the gurus out there, Jack.
I know. Had you seen this before I sent it to you?
No, I hadn't.
Did you like the video that I sent you before that?
Which one was it?
The Downsy kid with the rifle.
I didn't see that one.
Oh yeah, you gotta scroll up sometimes, monkey. Yeah, I swear you ignore me.
I tend not to. Did you see the one that Bering put out with all of the trans downsies?
Yes, I'd actually seen that video before. That one's a couple years old.
Oh, I'd never seen it before. That is so horrible. All right, so this guy's going to tell us about his nails. And for those of you young men out there who are having trouble getting women, he is a woman expert, Jack.
He is. I mean, look at this fine specimen of masculinity that totally slays puss every day. Not just fat chicks at the pizza parlor on Friday night. No, good sir. This man is a poontang magnet. Look at his Joe Biden glasses. Look at his receding hairline.
You know what I thought about this as I was watching? I this is the true thing. I thought, wow, I didn't know Larry from Three's Company had a kid.
Yeah, I was thinking more like, I don't know, some sort of Downs person or a special needs person. But it's the popped up collar that kind of gets me. That's what really got my attention because I was like, that's a sign of cool.
Well, everybody knows the coolest people wear a knit button-up shirt, half button-up shirt with a leather jacket.
Well, he's got to keep that top button open so that his chest hair can breathe.
If it ever grows in.
Yes, when he gets it and it migrates up his neck like it inevitably will for him because look at him. This dude, I'm pretty sure, is a Cro-Mag, somebody dressed up with like vintage store clothes.
He gonna make us better lovers, dude. All right, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, all right, ladies, try and keep your clothes on, all right? Hold on to those pants so you don't get all excited.
Ladies, we should give a trigger warning here. You might want to take off your headphones for the next couple of minutes because this might be too much to take. This guy is he knows his shit.
Got my nails. I'm a professional dating coach and I teach guys.
He's a professional dating coach.
He's a professional dating coach.
I'm a professional dating coach. What the fuck is a professional, dude? All right, we got to go back so we can get this in all of its glory.
Nails. I'm a professional dating coach and I teach guys how to understand the female mind.
I need more of this guy's videos.
Yeah, I was trying to find them, but I got bored and wandered off onto some other tangent. So,
yeah, unfortunately, the name that's on the screen there is not his. This is from the girl who uploaded it on Twitter.
Yeah, this is a TikTok channel, I think.
Yeah. Wait, is that TikTok or Instagram? I can never tell with their different things.
I don't know. I couldn't find anything on Instagram, but that doesn't mean much because Instagram's a pain in the fucking dick.
If anybody can find me more of this guy's dating tips, I would be so appreciative. Hit me up in my DMs.
I really hope that this is a troll, but I can't tell.
I don't think it is.
I don't either.
Here's the thing. If you think this thing you learned in high school or that.
For those of you who've never been alone with a vagina before, the first thing he's doing is talking about manually inserting and moving your finger in and out. And the other one was rubbing the nub. And he's about to tell you that's not how you get a woman off, Jack.
No, it's not. I mean, that's so entry level, it's disgusting. You got to be a real expert in puss slaying to do what he's about to describe. Like, it's Jack Murphy level of apex predator.
It really is. It really is.
Best way to get a girl to, oh my God, 2-0? Jesus Christ.
Any of these gurus to teach you how to get a woman off who can't say the word orgasm, just turn it off.
Well, I don't think he could say it because of his like lisp thing.
I think, well, you kind of get
orgasm.
Did you see his little goofy laugh there?
Yeah.
He's nervous to talk about vagina.
Well, I mean,
I said vagina on the internet.
Monkey, I suspect that he advertises his dating coach services on the Dungeons and Dragons forums. So
Frosted wrote out what he said. Jesus Christ.
Jesus
I can't even pronounce it right. Jesus Christ.
Mr. Slave.
I can drag my fingers down a girl's back and cause one.
in Dungeons and Dragons.
Now, Jack, I do know of one woman that I've met in my life who had a very sensitive back. And she was married to somebody, and they were quite open about the fact that if you touched her back wrong, it made her really, really horny. So I'm not saying nobody can, have an orgasm from running a finger down a back. But gentlemen, let me just help you out here. Let's say you and your lady are alone, right? And you just run your finger down her back. You're like, how was that for you? She's going to think you're retarded, and she's going to be right.
Yeah, and she'll just think a lot less of you for that. But he's got magic fingers, monkey.
Fingernails.
No,
remember, this is all about the fingernails, which is important.
Well, the fingers are so magical, he has to use the nails because they can't handle all of his masculinity that would be channeled through his fingerprints.
Yeah, gentlemen, if you really want to turn your woman on, jam your jagged fingernail up her. Give her a pap smear home edition and see how well she gets off to that.
Yeah, especially if you're a working guy where your nails are all fucked up from work.
If you don't know what a TO is, I can't go into suit.
He means titty orgasm. That's what TO is.
You'll should know them. TO and AO.
AO is an anal orgasm. You can say these words. They're not dirty, dude. See, this is what I was talking about. Don't take advice from people like this. Orgasm, not a dirty word. Anal, not a dirty word. Yeah, tell that to my wife. I forget what that's from. That is a joke from somewhere, and I forget where it's from. But these aren't dirty words. They're the actual, titty, you could say breast orgasm, right?
Yeah, he's trying to make it sound like he's too cool to say that. He's trying to create this slang, like this inner circle kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like, did he get this from a fan fiction? I'm guessing so, Jen, because I'm doubting he's ever touched a woman.
Well, not a woman that voluntarily let him touch them. He
not
just runs his hands across strangers at the supermarket and is like, was it good for you? And they're like, oh my God, you're creepy. Because he interprets them like clenching up because some rando just stuck their finger down their back.
Do you think he thinks that body shiver when women are creeped out by him is an orgasm? Like, I got you, baby. She's like, oh God.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, he's just freaked out by the whole thing.
Yeah. I think you're onto something there.
Crythorn said, I came into orgasm. What am I missing? Nothing. You're pretty well up to speed.
Bubba McCoy says, finding a toilet just in the nick of time gave me my only AO. All right.
Especially a Mentalo. If you've never had given a girl a Mentalo, gotta tell you, you're a kitty league.
Bro, you have never made a woman orgasm mentally. I promise you.
I believe he's referring to Flex Mentalo, the superhero. There were a couple of miniseries featuring him, and if you've never given them to your woman, you don't really love her, because Flex Mentalo has the power of just flexing muscles to alter reality. He can bring things into existence with certain flexes.
I just want to point out that so far from what we've heard from him, actually touching the vagina doesn't do it. The butt, the breast, the skin, and the brain.
Yeah, do you really think some woman's going to let her touch her vajayjay?
Jesus.
See, that's what the woman said when he tried to touch her poop hole. And she's like, Jesus! He's like, I just made you come. And she's like, get your finger away from my butthole, you fucking pervert. I'm calling corporate at Planet Fitness. This is weird. And,
this
and
has
he's like,
400
I identify this way.
453 likes on it.
Yeah.
That is 454 more than it should have.
How many alt accounts do you have, Frosted? Were you the one trying to boost this?
Stepping into the arena with the pros, and you have no idea what you're doing.
My wife's asleep, or I'd get her to come confirm that I know what I'm doing. And you guys want the real answer? Talk to her about what she likes. It's that easy. And look, ladies, I know it can be a little bit awkward when you have that first conversation, but don't fake orgasms because you're just teaching him bad stuff, okay? And tell him what you want. Say, do it like this, just like that. And if she says that to you, you do it just like that, and you'll be amazed. She'll tell her friends about you. All right? Don't take guys like this, like, all you got to do is scrape them on the inside with your fingernails.
Claw him. That's where the G-spot is. It's buried under that first layer of skin in there.
Everybody's heard about the shocker, but have you heard about the Freddy Krueger? Jesus.
Guy, sorry. A little tip. Put a glove on with a long nail and rake.
Don't do that to a woman's vagina, please.
You're going to bend a fingernail and it's going to hurt.
And you're going to get a black eye.
Yeah.
And you're going to deserve it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. You're going to deserve it.
This guy fancies himself a woman expert, Jack.
Yeah. He said put a glove on. Are you supposed to wear the hockey mask then too? Or is that a different part of the mental O?
No, not a hockey mask. It's a brown, dirty hat, remember? And a red and green sweater.
Oh, yeah. I didn't know if he was going for some like weird mixture thing. Like first you get chicks love William Shatner, so put his mask on you and walk around, and every time you gotta have some little music playing and tell them how much you love John Carpenter.
I've never asked my wife, so maybe women do like when a guy's digging around and they're like he's trying to pick a scab. Ladies, am I just wrong? Do y'all like that feeling? Do you like bleeding when it's not your time of the month? I'm just curious.
Ew.
He scratched me so well. I've never heard a woman say that ever.
Yeah.
I just wish somebody would scratch the inside of him. I've heard women say, oh, maybe that's it. Because I've heard women say they got an itch, meaning that they horny. And maybe he thinks that means, oh, there's a real itch in there I got to get. He's just being a gentleman, Jack.
Maybe, or he's trying to help prostitutes get rid of their genital warts.
Those are herpes scabs. They're not supposed to come off so quick.
That's master level there. See, he's apex.
Yes. Otherwise, you just done now. Jesus, man. I wanted to slap that guy, honestly. And look, to whatever powers it be, or at these places where we stream, I would never actually slap the guy, but I'd want to. And there's nothing wrong with wanting to do it as long as you don't, Jack.
Yeah, I agree. I just feel kind of bad for him because he looks like he's about 30, and this video is going to be out there for a very long time because people like us will keep it alive.
True, because it's funny. I bet he doesn't even have a GED, man. Recent numbers come out and shown that 11% of the United States population is on antidepressants.
Wow, that's depressing.
11%. You know what it is in Chile? Just over 1.
Do you know why? They don't have time. They're busy chasing or running away from feral dogs.
11% of the population is on antidepressants. That's fucked up. There's no reason for that many people to be on them. There's just not.
This is an over-medicated society where doctors don't try to actually fix a problem. They just try and maintain. So they're giving you pills because it's easier than actually addressing serious issues.
Nobody wants to have their issues actually addressed. Look at there's that one fat pill going around right now where the miracle fat pill that Hollywood's taken.
Yeah, Ozempic.
And nobody knows what the long-term effects of this thing are.
Yeah.
But it's so much easier than just not eating so much. Like, you could actually do so much less work because chewing is work. Stop eating so fucking much. Nah, bro, I need a pill. Because everything has to be immediate in our society. And losing weight most people takes time.
Yeah, but most people don't want to put in the work or change their life. They don't want to actually commit to changing anything because that's effort. And like you said, you just take a pill. But there's a lot of people that refuse to give up all of their bad habits because they actually enjoy quite a few of them. If you're a big fat ass like me, stopping eating pizza would be a good step in the right direction, but it's really delicious.
Now we got to talk about a different moron because Ian Miles Chong decided to weigh in on history, Jack.
Before we do that, let me grab a couple of chats.
Please do.
We got cool people we could talk about. Thank you, Frosted. Jack drinks coffee looking at the bulletin board, then drops his coffee when he realizes I've been the guy in every video you guys have watched. The greatest trick the devil ever pulled was convincing the world he didn't exist.
He doesn't exist. Indeed.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Frosted has the Mission Impossible face mask thing.
Oh, yeah, because it's obviously him, all of these.
I would not put it past Frosted. I think he is that powerful. And thank you, Circus Zero. I'm 30 minutes behind regarding the whole 15-minute cities. They're not cities, they're 15-minute ghettos. World War II ghettos, not modern ghettos. Oh, I agree completely.
Yeah.
They're called 15-minute cities to dress them up and make it sound hipster, but it's just living in a ghetto.
No, it is saving the environment. How dare you? I'm just kidding. Yeah, it's just a ghetto. Okay, so the topic of World War II, the firebombing of Tokyo, and the bombing of Hiroshima and Nagasaki come up, and Ian Miles Chong weighed in with his historical perspective. To top things off, I'd argue that the firebombing of Tokyo, much like the later use of the nuclear weapons in Hiroshima and Nagasaki, was wholly unnecessary as Japan was already going to surrender.
Does he even have Google at his fingertips?
Yes. And I can actually tell you where he gets this from. This is a communist talking point. If you look up where this comes from, this is where it comes from. There's commies out there who are like, no, Japan was going to surrender. Actually, they weren't.
No.
And it's really funny because Elon Musk corrects him here. And instead of taking this down, he's just like, oh, I didn't know that.
That dude's a fucking tard.
Yeah. Hirohito almost was killed by his own people when he started talking surrender after Nagasaki.
Yeah, because they were all fucking brainwashed. And the only reason that they didn't surrender, or that they did surrender, was the second bomb. Because then we dropped 2 small suns on them because one wasn't enough.
Yeah, we dropped the first one and they said, we're not surrendering. Now, they take a lot of quotes from different people who worked in the military. I think Eisenhower might have been one of them. But different people were in the military at the time were like, we didn't need the bomb. They were going to surrender.
No, they weren't.
Yeah. Then why were we preparing for the invasion?
Yeah. They were nowhere. They may have been low on resources, but everybody was so brainwashed at the time. It's a much different culture over there. It's a much more homogenous culture. And there was a lot of propaganda for the war there, a sense of not just imperialism, but of that we are the chosen people. And that mentality had been drilled into them since birth. So it's hard to undo that when you think you're better than your opponent. And the propaganda made it look like they were winning. And they were training people, men, women, and children, to fight on the islands. So if we were to do that, it would have been a bloodbath.
And you also have to realize, for them, it wasn't even necessarily about winning. Look at what was it Iwo Jima? There was one of the island fights that we had with them, where we had to kill all but 30 of them. They wouldn't give up.
I think that was Iwo Jima. Yeah, because they didn't believe in surrender. It was a matter of honor.
And he said, no, absolutely, they would have surrendered. Wrong. You're just wrong and stupid. Stop putting Western values on other countries. Japan may be more westernized now, Jack. They sure as fuck weren't in the 40s.
No, and they still, because of honor, haven't apologized for the atrocities they committed, especially in Nanking, but also with things like Unit 731, where they were out like sewing arms on people after they cut them off somebody else. There was a lot of barbarity that they committed that they've never apologized for because they can't save face. And that's a big thing in their culture. It still is, but it's way better now than it was in the 40s. In the 40s, they were very much a little bit more barbarous. They looked really cool with their like shogun outfits and kimonos, but no, it was a much different mindset than what we had then and what we have now and what they have now.
Yeah.
And if you talk to the older generations, they still have some of that in them.
Well, Faithless points out there were decades after the war, there were still Japanese who refused to believe Japan had even surrendered.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a real thing. You guys can look that up. Retro says, damn, now I want to see Godzilla -1 again. I still haven't seen it. I kind of want to see the new Godzilla X. I don't know why it's X. Godzilla times King Kong.
It's the new way of saying instead of putting a slash for like a team up or it's just lazy.
Yeah, just put an and in there. An ampersand works just fine.
Yeah.
But I want to see those for two entirely different reasons.
I've heard good things.
Yeah, I've heard really good things about -1 and a good story to go with it.
Yeah, it would make a good disaster movie, even if Godzilla wasn't in it.
Where the other one, it's just the visual spectacle. I'm not even gonna lie. Plus, it's got a little baby Kong in it, man.
Yeah, Baby Kong's the new baby Godzilla.
Baby Kong is adorable. Y'all might have noticed I like monkeys. Anyway,
real quick, thank you, Keldrick. Ian Miles Chong knows history, obviously. After all, why else would he star in the hit new historical drama Tarticus? That's true.
Thank you, Sin Nikki. Ask Koreans about the Japanese. Yeah, no shit.
Yeah, they've been fucking around in their backyard for ages. Oh, hey, Japan. Hey, China. What do you guys... I will make some tea and have fun. What are you guys doing? Oh, please stop doing that to our women.
Okay, what else do I have here? Don't care about that one. Don't care about that. Yeah, we haven't been on the air since this. Louis Gossett Jr. died.
Yeah, indeed he did.
That one hit me hard, man. Louis Gossett Jr. I'm a huge fan of. Many of you know my favorite movie is An Officer and a Gentleman, and he earned his Oscar in that one. His performances as Drill Sergeant Foley is just fucking amazing. But so many other movies he was in that were part of my childhood, like Iron Eagle, man. We used to watch that all the fucking time.
Mm-hmm.
Chappie!
Last Starfighter.
Yep. Last Starfighter. What was the other? Oh, Digstown. One of my, if you guys have never seen Digstown, it is a funny movie. It's great. Watch it. Find it. It can be kind of hard to find these days, but it's him and James Wood and Oliver Platt. I fucking love that movie. Go watch it. It's amazing. But yeah, I was really sad to see he passed. And you know what? He's one of those people I've never heard a bad thing about. I'm not saying nobody's ever said a bad thing. The Principal, yep, he was with Jim Belushi.
Yeah. Yeah. Enemy Mine is one of the most underrated sci-fi films of the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
It had a great story, but it's not an action explosion movie. It's more like an old-timey Star Trek story where there's actually a plot to it about learning to like people that are different than you. It's very anti-xenophobia message.
Isn't it? Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, but isn't there even a TNG that's kind of the same way with LaForge getting stuck somewhere with somebody?
I think so. I was thinking of the Kirk or the Picard episode where they're using metaphors all the time because he looks kind of like that alien. You know which one I'm talking about?
Yes, I do. Yeah, the Punisher. No one's the Dolph Lundgren Punisher. He was in that.
Regrettably.
Look, not every movie is going to be great. Okay.
Yeah.
No, but he was a really good actor, and yeah, that one hit me hard.
yeah, if you liked him, go watch one of his movies and toast to him or something. It's good for him. Yes, Shaka, where the walls fell. And they went boom. That was Jericho. He got it wrong. I can't help him. He's an alien. Thank you, Evolved Potato. That's actually a communist myth. Japan did apologize for all the atrocities several times over the decades, most recently in 2020. It's really a thing that they do it directly to the specific countries and don't announce it to the world. Yeah, there are atrocities that they haven't apologized for, though. The communists are over exaggerating their deniability, but that's mostly because the Chinese need the propaganda because they hate Japan and want to take it over and make them their bitches.
Okay, that pretty much wraps up the stuff that I have that's on my Twitter. There's a lot more, but I can't show this.
Not with that attitude.
This dude gets cut in half?
No.
Oh, it says almost cut in half. Okay.
Yeah, you gotta stop reading the text, cheater.
I didn't see the video.
You a video where a dude gets cut in half?
Bro, I didn't see the video. It's just this long wall of text.
Yeah, but did you really think that I would do that to you?
Yes. Have you sent me things before? Oh, by the way, yeah, we can't show that on here. You've done that. Thank you, Shane. Hey, guys, new listener. You guys, Tate Brother fans or no, I work for a channel that just interviewed them and was just wondering, no. I'll just be honest with you. No.
Yeah, no, not really a fan.
I have said quite a lot on that subject, but don't hold that part against me. I'm still a nice guy.
You can hold it against him, but yeah, it's a small element. Just because we disagree on one thing doesn't we need to dislike each other.
If you are a fan of Tate, though, I will let you know you probably won't like it when I talk about the guy. Okay, no worries. I always ask. That's fair, man. There's people in the audience who still like the guy, no matter what I've said about him.
Yeah. Like I said, we could disagree on some things. Oh, absolutely. Darmok was the Star Trek episode.
Oh, there you go. All right. Oh, dear Lord. I don't know how well that came across the screen. Oh, and this is one of the few times we need to make this smaller so you guys can see what exactly happened there. All right. Yeah, keep an eye right up here. He goes into the store. And then somebody's playing Far Cry here and shoots a fucking saw blade at him.
Yeah, there's a construction crew just off camera at the top there. And this thing came loose and shot right at where that dude was a second ago.
Yeah, it's literally in the door he just went through.
Yeah, it's insane how lucky this guy was because he didn't even see it coming. You know, the thing was going really fast.
Yeah. Oh, those saws spin a lot. I don't know what the RPMs are on that one specifically, but yeah, they will fuck you up.
Yeah. So just a quick little video I thought would be fun to watch.
I hope he went inside and bought a lotto ticket, man.
I would. Right after that, you're like, I was gonna get smokes, but now's a good time to quit and buy some tickets.
Yeah, man. Can you imagine when that hit the door? How he shit himself?
Yeah, I'd be like, "What are you cowards? Just shit my pants."
Oh God, what is this? All right, this is Joe Biden talking about the Trans Day of Visibility. This fucking retard. Cannot believe this is our president.
Just wait.
All right, here we go.
Thanks, everybody. And by the way, say hello to oyster bunnies. Come on up, bunnies. Get up here so they can see you.
Did he say oyster bunnies?
Yes, he did. He said oyster bunny.
Son of a bitch. That is a hell of a stutter he's got. Oh, fuck.
Thanks, everybody. And by the way, say hello to oyster bunnies. Come on up.
Oyster bunnies.
Say hello to oyster bunnies. Come on up, bunnies. Get up here so they can see you. Who's the oyster bunny?
Oyster bunnies. That is a hell of a stutter he's got. Oh, fuck. Thanks, everybody. And by the way, say hello to oyster bunnies. Come on up. Oyster bunnies. You know, I think now every Easter, I'm going to give the kids oyster bunnies.
Yeah, with real oyster flavor. Hey, you can take one of those hollow Easter bunnies and put oysters in it, and you're gonna have more grandkids a year later.
Oyster bunnies, Jesus criminy.
Yeah, I had to share that one because when we were talking about President Pudding Brain, I remembered that one. And I thought I'll just put that in the queue. So there you go, guys.
He's not all there. How is he still? We have the 25th for a reason. I don't want it to be used in my lifetime, or I didn't. Jack, I said this all while he was running. I don't want the 25th to have to be used. It should have been used already. Thank you, Frosted Oyster Bunny. Wait, it scrolled up. Sorry. Oyster Bunny is 100% a slur, or it will be. It should be. That sounds like a slur. Oh, dear God. What?
Oh, real quick. Thank you, Retro, for the generous donation. Bow to our true leader, the Easter Bunny. Right? You know what? I will take the Easter Bunny over President Pudding Brain because Jesus Christ, whoever's in that Easter Bunny costume can at least point to where the exit is.
Yeah, they got to be able to so they can show Biden.
Yeah. I wonder if that required special training.
Faithless says then we'd be stuck with Kamala. True. And I get the worry there.
Yeah. It's a trade-off, man. Do you want Cackles McGee or the guy that's in decline? Because they're both dumb. It's just a matter of how dumb.
Yeah, you're literally talking about picking your poison, right?
Yeah. I don't know if I'm prepared for that. Can we fire them both? Like, if he dies, can we just tell her she's fired?
She'd have to be impeached. But here's the thing. If you get rid of her, who are they going to bring in? Newsom? Buttigieg? Rachel Levine?
No, it'll be Michelle Big Dong Obama.
Look, I do not like the prospect of Kamala, but the reality is at least her brain functions as well as it ever has.
Yeah. I mean, Biden's slipping. She's at least staying where he's at.
Yeah, we don't have to worry about Kamala accidentally sending nukes because she was trying to dial dominoes.
Let's nuke Italy, okay? Here's a Venn diagram, okay?
Yeah. I don't. And how many times has the press, the press corps, not the press corps, the press office had to come out and apologize for this motherfucker trying to start a war? I mean, he's constantly saying the wrong goddamn thing. And not because he's like being Reagan and tear down this wall. He's doing it because he's like, I don't know where I fucking am. Why do you keep sticking a microphone in my face? I just want ice cream.
Oh, he loves the press, though. I mean, that's why he took them to see his surviving kids in the hospital after his wife got in that accident.
Yeah, that's true.
He's never met a microphone and camera he didn't love.
The thing is, these days, he doesn't know why it's there, though.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't know why he's there.
Yeah. I'm important. I don't remember why. Where's Joe?
My favorite is, I can't talk to you guys. I'll get in trouble again. Like he's a little kid.
Well, he is a potato
brain.
Is.
I mean, he's probably mentally around 10 now at most.
At most, yeah.
And that's on his good days.
Mm-hmm.
The rest of the time, he's a 3-year-old. Anyway, illegal Chinese migrant arrested after breaching Marine base in California and refusing to leave. It's a Marine base. Shoot him.
No, because the Chinese have given Biden a lot of money, and he's just there to claim what's theirs. Now, I am Inspector. This
Border agents investigating amid fears Beijing spies are trying to infiltrate U.S. military facilities. Shoot them. They'll stop.
Yeah, Retro. He's called squatters' rights. No, I live here.
Oh, shit. I wanted to talk about that because we haven't really. Remind me to talk about squatters here in a minute.
Okay.
An illegal Chinese migrant, I want to read it as written, was arrested in California after sneaking onto a military base and refusing to leave. I do not understand that. You are on a military base. Shoot him. They would do that to one of us.
Yeah, but he's a sainted, not only illegal, but a Chinese illegal.
The most recent breach comes as the U.S. is increasingly dealing with sensitive military bases being infiltrated by...
Well, they're trying to shut him up. Is he back? Is he back yet? Okay. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Yeah. Where do you leave off? Trying to infiltrate sensitive sites in the U.S. Border Patrol agents headed to a Marine Corps base after an unnamed Chinese national who entered the base without authorization also ignored orders to leave. Subject was confirmed to be in the country illegally. His purpose and intent behind the actions are still being investigated. Chief Patrol Agent Gregory Bovino wrote on X on Friday. This is the most recent breach. Comes as the U.S. is increasingly dealing with sensitive military bases infiltrated by the Chinese. There have been more than 100 incidences in which U.S. military bases were infiltrated by Chinese nationals over the last several years. 100 instances in the last several years. Chinese nationals posing as tourists wandered onto a missile base in New Mexico, according to a Wall Street Journal report last year, which I think we covered. Others staged as scuba divers in order to get close to a Florida rocket launch site. Another group claimed to be staying on an army base in Alaska.
Sometimes I just like to do that to see if you'll pay attention.
Sure you do.
No, my internet disconnected, and I'm sitting there waiting for it to connect and waiting for it to connect. And it said, it pops up and says connect. So I click it, but right as I go to click it, it switches to say disconnect. So it disconnected the reconnected internet. I'm like, you son of a bitch. Anyhow, Chinese are on our military bases. I'm going with shoot them.
Yeah. Yeah, I am too. More than 100 incursions in the last few years.
Yeah.
That's a problem. Okay. There should be any of these. It should be such an outlier that it's massive news. But no, they're ignoring this stuff.
Yeah, if you click on the link that says that they've been doing this many times, 100 times over the last several years, it leads to a story that says Chinese spies gained access to U.S. military bases by posing as tourists. Why do we have tourism on our military bases?
I could understand like Wright-Patterson where they have a museum on site, but yeah, that stuff should not be on the base.
Dude, as a military kid, I had to have my ID, and any civilians who came on, they were your responsibility. We didn't just have random fucking tourists. And my dad wasn't at that time. The time I'm thinking of specifically was when we lived in Chicago. You're talking about, this wasn't even a place that had like top secret. Norfolk Naval Base, I get it. You have your nuclear subs, nuclear aircraft carriers. There's none of that shit in Chicago. And you still had to be vetted. And now they're just like, bring in the tourists. Maybe they want to take a picture.
Yeah. Did you hear what these clowns' excuses were?
No.
They got lost looking for Burger King or McDonald's.
Then why'd they refuse to leave?
There's a secret McDonald's under the base. I don't know.
Shoot them. Same thing I said about the assholes in Portland. Shoot them. They'll stop. I promise you.
Yeah, this shit would stop real fast if...
And I feel no shame in saying, oh, but no, you're talking about national security here. Fuck no.
Yeah.
This is one of the few times it's like, yeah, I understand I'm getting shot. There are military bases. You go near them, they will fucking shoot you.
As it should be. They do that with like Area 51. If you get too close to it, they can shoot you. They're legally allowed to shoot you. But yeah, it's amazing how the Chinese seem to be given special deference on these points.
Anytime I've been on a military base, I had to be meted at the gate by the person I was visiting. Yeah. So how the fuck, even if it was that way, like, oh, they're tourists who went, well, who'd they see? Because that person needs to be in the fucking brig.
Yep.
That's jail for the military. Anyway, Boston says it's overrun by illegals.
What?
Weird. I don't know if you saw Chicago just named like a homeless person czar. That's how bad the homelessness is in Chicago. Boston says it's overrun by illegal immigrants, plans to place them in veterans housing. We have said for months now that our system's at capacity, said Governor Maura Healey. Fuck you. Oh, I'm not signed in, so I can't read it. Well, I mean, there it is. It's the same old nonsense. Hey, maybe you guys should have not been encouraging illegals.
Wait, it won't let you read the article?
Nah, bro. I scroll down and it says, join Fox News for access to this content. And despite what people think, I'm not actually part of Fox News.
Oh, well, I got the article here.
Cool, read it.
I didn't give you the archive. The veteran home at Chelsea has become a safety net site for migrants where beginning May 1st, they will have to prove they are working to wean off government assistance by applying for work authorization, learning English, and searching for permanent residency.
Why not kick them the fuck out?
Because then they'd have to give the bed to some vets, and they don't want to do that.
I know we're probably not supposed to think things like this, but I mean, would it be wrong to just like trail the tears right down to Mexico?
I see no issue with that.
They seem to like walking. They start in like Guatemala and shit.
Yeah. No, I'm getting fed up. These, unlike the Trail of Tears, these people are actually invading.
True.
They are coming here to plunder our resources and commit crimes.
Yep.
They're here just to take.
They're here for a better life, Jack.
Yeah, better life of taking our shit.
But yeah, don't worry. The Veterans Administration has been all fixed. So they're going to kick out vets so they can put homeless illegals there.
Yeah.
And the vets are going to go
to the street.
On the street.
Yeah. Healy's office says the new requirements come as the state's emergency family shelter system, which houses migrant families with children or homeless pregnant women, has been overwhelmed for months.
That must suck. Ask Texas how long it's been going on for them.
Yeah. You're homeless and pregnant? That's your fault, not ours.
Yep.
You don't have any family here? Maybe you should go home. Stop trying to have an anchor baby, you fucking freeloader. According to the state's website, the Veterans Home offers residential and long-term care program for eligible Massachusetts veterans. Healy's office said, not anymore. Healy's office said the site is vacant and slated to be demolished since the state reported a larger center atop Powderhorn Hill in December. They reopened this Powderhorn Hill location and are shutting this one down. Why? I don't know, because apparently they hate the vets enough to shut it down and then insult them by bringing in migrants and keeping the place open.
Well, let's just take them at their word, right? They have the new one, so they don't need it for the vets anymore. Are there any other, homeless people in Boston?
They don't care about those people, obviously, or they would have them in here already. They're going to tear this building down, and then they decide to keep it open for the illegals.
According to the latest census, there are 1,500 homeless people in Boston. I bet they'd like to have those beds.
Yeah, probably. Especially because this was designed for homeless vets. I'm sure there's enough of that percentage that are actually veterans. But we don't talk about that, do we?
No. We just got to keep being nice to the illegals who are coming here stealing our shit.
Yeah.
I'm not nice to them anymore. I'm just not. I have no niceness left for them.
No, why would you? Look at all the stuff they've been taking from us.
Yeah, get the fuck out. Go home. Go fix your own shit. And for all of the Americans out there, but their home country is a shithole. You go there and fix it for them. Leave me the fuck out of it.
Yeah, if they didn't leave, maybe it would be better. Because now they're going to be not only a brain drain, but a labor drain on these countries, and we're just getting the criminals anyway.
Yeah.
And why are we punishing our homeless veterans who actually did something for this country other than parasitically leech off of it? No, we gotta kowtow to the fucking losers that come here from some other country. It's not our job to take care of them.
Retro says they're giving them our healthcare too. Our healthcare, our education system, our food assistance, everything, literally everything. And they don't deserve any of it. Go fix your own fucking shit.
And what's worse, welfare, as we've seen, becomes generational.
Yep.
They're going to have their kids on this, so housing, food, medicine.
Jack,
monkey.
They put in there that you got to sign up for a work visa.
They shouldn't get work visas. They're not here legally.
They just want to work.
No, they don't. They want to steal our stuff. It's just It's going to be just like what's going on in Europe. Where remember that riot over Nutella because the place they were staying ran out of Nutella, so they set it on fire.
Yep. You're just giving them free money, not by choice. My government's doing it, dude.
Yeah, but it's never enough free for these parasites. These people are just takers, and they're going to continue to take and take. They're going to take your all your benefits. They're going to take your tax dollars, of course, and they're probably going to take your job. If you're a low-income worker, you better fucking learn to code because you're probably going to lose your job.
Now, unfortunately, it got overshadowed by all the Easter stuff. But right before Easter, Jack, we were finally starting to see people pay attention to the problem with squatters.
Yeah.
You're seeing many politicians start talking about it. Ron DeSantis just signed the bill down there in Florida. And it's nice to finally see everybody catching up to us.
Yep. Finally.
One thing you're going to notice about the one squatter, the one who brags about being an illegal alien and coming here and telling other illegals to come and just take all our shit. He's a little squatter piece of shit too.
Yeah, a little Venezuelan guy.
Yep.
They caught him. Did you see that?
No, did they? Good.
Yeah, they caught him in Gahanna, which is a Columbus suburb.
Okay, I'm. This is a hypothetical, right? Okay. Because these people keep leaving, and we kick them out, and they come back half a dozen times. And I think that part of the problem is, Jack, there's so many are coming through, we just can't identify them all, right? So I have an idea.
Uh-oh.
Just hear me out. What if when we kick them out of the country, we take their feet?
That's very old school.
Yeah, and that way when they come back, even if they got on fake feet, they're going to be walking funny. We'd be like, I think it might be him.
Oh, well, I mean, that is an idea. I'm not opposed to it. I'd like to hear of some more detailed plans.
It would make coming across, walking up here again a lot harder.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just saying something's got to be done.
Well, you definitely have to take their biometrics and probably a DNA sample and label them as criminals that can never come back. So if they are caught again, that it's in the system with photos of them and all their biometrics that, yes, this is a person that's a repeat offender, and flog them a few times and toss them back over the border. But yeah, taking a foot off would probably be a little bit more of a permanent lesson.
No, not a foot. I want both of them.
Oh, okay. Well,
yeah.
Maybe some organs too for people that need organ transplants.
I know the Chinese are in that market. We could probably make some money off of it.
Yeah, that's true.
Take their feet 2024. Damn right.
I am actually on board with the idea that we send them over to Ukraine to fight.
My only problem with that is that then people be like, but they went and fought for Ukraine and they fought for us over there.
I didn't say we were giving them a weapon. I just said they're going over there to fight.
Make them fight Russian style.
Yeah, it'll be like that scene from World War Z where they're all trying to climb the fence. That's just the mountains of the dead crawling on each other. Real quick though, thank you, Ex-Bubba Hotep. I got an idea. You know the bombs they used for Suicide Squad? Do that, deport them. If they come back, goes boom. Yeah, the Running Man effect. Remember that scene with Schwarzenegger?
Yeah.
With the collars. Yeah, I'm not opposed to that. Or Snake Plissken. Here, we have injected you with a microchip. If you come back, your head will explode.
Something's got to be done. I'm tired of these assholes coming back.
Yeah, we're gonna end up in a war over this. Did you see Mexico trying to extort Biden over that?
No, but did it work? I'm guessing.
Probably. They said that they will help fight the border crisis and take people back if we give them $20 billion a year for some various nonsense. And we had to do all these things for them, help them with infrastructure, stuff like that. It was ridiculous. And it was straight up blackmail.
And that's when you come back with the offer like, okay, you either take them back or we shut off the spigot. Yeah. No money comes from the U.S. to you.
Yep, no money, and we start locking down the border, like, so no goods are coming in, too.
Yeah, and literally you cannot make any money. You can't come up here and work and send it back. You're not sending anything here for shipping. No, fuck you. No.
And if you get any more mouthy, we're going to send military in. So
let's see who wins.
Yeah. It wouldn't surprise me if we end up in a war with some of these third world shitholes over this crap. Thank you, Frosted Glass. Not sure about Monk's plan, but only because then people would assume my mom is half Mexican. Wait, can she have one of the Mexican feet?
Yes.
Sure.
We'll even find one that matches as close as possible. It might be a little, I don't know what color his mom is. So like if she's black and it's a little Mexican foot, we can put some shoe polish on it or something.
Remember she missed a leg there. So that's why she's half Mexican.
I know, I got that.
Yeah.
So she'd only need one, and that's why we'd have to match the skin tone, see?
Oh, yeah, I mean, there's probably a color palette chart we could use.
Mexicans come in a spectrum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, get her a nice athletic one. Don't worry, Frosted.
And don't worry, we got Chinese people sneaking across the border. We got Haitians sneaking. We can find a foot that'll fit. I'm just saying. Anyway, white supremacy trigger warning slapped on Peter Pan and Alice in Wonderland by UK University. Because of course.
Of course.
Because I remember when I was okay, I've never read either of those, I'm be honest with you. But when I watched Peter Pan, all I could think of is I need a white hood.
I've read both, and this is stupid for multiple reasons, but also Peter Pan as a book sucks dick because at that time in children's literature, you see it with like Huckleberry Finn and Tom Sawyer as well. It's all about this kid goes out, does dumb shit, and ends up like on top of the world after that. It's really fucking stupid.
The whole idea of Alice in Wonderland never appealed to me. And maybe part of that is the Disney cartoon. I don't like the animation from it.
Oh, you're a monster.
I'm just saying it doesn't appeal to me. But anyway, where are we? A university library in the UK has placed trigger warnings for white supremacy on classic children's books. York St. John University warned readers that historical children's stories written in the 19th and early 20th century under the Rees-Williams collection are likely to contain offensive examples of white supremacy and colonialist narrative. Wait, were they dropping N-bombs in Peter Pan?
No.
Does Peter Pan deal with race at all?
There is an Indian girl named Tiger Lily, and she's a stereotypical American Indian. That's
mean an American Indian?
About. Yeah, the one named Tiger Lily, the actual American Indian is treated like an American Indian.
That's weird.
Yeah.
All right.
I think they do dress up like Indians at one point in the book, if I remember correctly. It's been 20 some years since I read it, but
that's not okay. An online disclaimer for the collection entitled Content Warning and Position Statement says, within the last 150 years of children's writing, which is represented in the collection, there's a widespread occurrence of colonialist narratives which center white supremacy and racist and Orientalist. You can't say Oriental anymore. Stop it.
They're not rugs, you weirdo.
Of both fiction and historical storytelling. As such, it is possible, if not likely, that items consulted from the collection will include language and visual imagery which is racist, and many people may find their content upsetting and offensive. Well, you know what? I'll give them this. At least they didn't change the wording. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
As stupid as this is, if you need a fucking trigger warning for those two books, and I'm guessing things like Huck Finn are in there.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You're a giant pussy, but at least they didn't change the written word for you.
Yeah. Let me read you the little footnote they have on the comics now.
Before you get that, thank you, Furcane. On the one hand, I can understand that Peter Pan was a bit offensive considering that they had a song called What Made the Red Man Red, but Alice in Wonderland, I see no racism in it. Isn't there a king and a queen in there? Or at least a queen? And remember, all monarchy is racist. Go ahead, Jack. I'm sorry.
They're colonialist and whatnot.
Colonialism. What was the warning you said about the comics?
I'm trying to find it now.
Oh, okay.
It's not in all of the facsimile editions. Anyway, it was basically just like that. This is a historical representation, and when people thought differently, the same type of bullshit. And that because they're reprinting some of the old DC comics, and they're doing that with those in the indicia where they say, "Oh, this is from an old time when attitudes were different." Yeah, some of it is really super racist, don't get me wrong. But a lot of it is very innocuous stuff, art style, that sort of thing. They are so worried about people bitching.
The Telegraph points to references of savages inhabiting Neverland in J.M. Barrie's Peter Pan. You guys do realize savage was used for more than just American Indians, right?
Yeah. It was also used for Africans and Indians and pretty much anybody that wasn't the UK.
It was for tribal peoples that they were fighting. And compared to the civilized world, yeah, that's what the savage meant.
Yeah, that just meant not civilized. Barbarians, they thought the same thing in the Muslims, and the Muslims really haven't changed much in the last 100 years. Yeah, it's a product of its time. Yeah, but you can't have historical context. You can't say this is an item of its time. The attitudes were different, and just be done with that. Instead, it's colonialism and racism and all these words we just created that will surely not change in 5 years.
Well, if you go to Huck Finn, for example, the Jim character, we can't say his actual name because we're on YouTube, but his name wasn't said that way as a racial slur.
No, that was just how people talked back then.
And you can put, but it was, I hear you, but having it written in there is just writing about the time as it is. Mark Twain wasn't going, I really just love dropping N-bombs.
No, that also might have been his legal name, because if you were like an orphan, your name was often assigned to you as racial demographic and then a generic name like John, Jim. That's why there's like John Doe's. This was just there's actually people named N. Boy Johnson because they just assign you a surname, and that was your first name because you were born a black male, and they assigned you a last name. That was not uncommon. So if he was an orphan, he could have been named N or Jim as his name on his birth certificate or just in the census reports. Yeah. It was a very common practice up until like the 1960s in a lot of places.
No.
So it's a product of its time. And if you want to discuss the historical context of why you think that's wrong with the kid, that's fine, but they should be able to read the actual text as it was originally intended because that was a celebrated work at its time. And just because you don't like it doesn't mean it doesn't have historical value.
All right. Next up on our list here, Fury as FDNY firefighters are forced to remove stars and stripes honoring 9/11 heroes from after Democratic lawmaker branded it as a fascist symbol. Jack, we just saw that kid get in trouble for having a flag on the back of his truck. Did you see that story?
Yep.
He was driving to school with an American flag on the back of his truck, and the school was like, "You have to get rid of that." And the kid was like, "There's nothing in the handbook that says I have to get rid of that."
Yep.
And they said, "Next year we're gonna have it in the handbook." So somebody paid to have his truck wrapped in the American flag, and it's actually a really beautiful truck now. It's really sweet looking. But yeah, that's where we're at now. Americans are, hey, we got to get rid of the stars and stripes.
Yeah, because everything American is racist.
Oh yeah, especially if the old timers had something to do with it.
Right? And it shocks me how many of these people have never been to other countries. Like, you hate this country so much, yet you've never lived anywhere else. You've never spent any serious time abroad at all. Go to a poor country and see how much you love it. You go to Thailand, spend 2 months there, and tell me how soon you want to come back, because you won't last 2 months.
Thank you for Kane. Here is also a free donation for you, Monkey. Make sure to plug yourself. I know you don't always. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. These hardworking men are brought to you by yourselves. Give yourselves a round of applause and be generous. Well, thank you so very much. I appreciate that.
I agree. And thank you, Furcane, who says, free money for Jack because I like you. Oh, thanks, Furcane. I appreciate that. Glad you guys watch the show. And thank you for all the support you guys do give us. It really does matter.
Ebony says, so we can't wave our own flag in our own country? Nope.
No, that's a symbol. Hate.
Feel free to fly the Ukrainian flag, the Palestinian flag, the Mexican flag, anything but the United States.
Yeah, because that's a bigot flag. I can't believe the fire department is getting shit for this.
A downtown New York City firefighting company was told by a local councilwoman that they must remove from their truck a flag commemorating men they lost on 9/11. Tell that bitch to get fucked. There you go. Progressive councilwoman, progressive, remember, communist. Councilwoman Carlina Riviera, probably could have guessed that. Carlina Riviera's office told the latter company they had received multiple complaints about the political flag. Do we have a picture of the actual flag?
Yes, we do.
This is the flag, y'all. It's they became the 9/11 flag. It's the black and white American flag with the one red line through it.
Yeah, it's the thin red line flag.
Yeah. You got to take that down. It's political. All right, let me help you out, Carlina. When people call you to complain about that, tell them to get fucked. How about that? It's real simple. And then you don't have to bother these guys who are out there literally risking their lives for these fucking ungrateful pieces of shit. I just got so triggered when I saw that. You can't put out my fire with your political flag. Fuck you. Get out of my country. I don't care if you were born here. Get out.
Yeah, if you hate the flag of the country you're in, either suggest a redesign or get the fuck out.
And let's be honest here. They're not upset that this is a 9/11 flag. They're upset because it's a rendition of the American flag.
Yep, this is absolutely just because it's an American flag.
Frost has said, you want to see a racist flag? Cracks knuckles. Give me 5 minutes.
Right?
No one complained. She's the offended party. What probably happened is she complained and one of her friends said, yeah, I agree with you. And see, there was somebody who, somebody complained. Fuck these people, man.
Anti-Americanism. Look, America has its flaws. It's not a perfect place. But to sit in the country make use of all of its things, and then bitch about it and say what a racist shithole it is, you can leave. And please do so if you hate it that much. Get out. There's some illegal immigrant that'll move 30 of their friends into your apartment.
How many firefighters ran into those buildings that day? How many never came back out?
It's quite a few.
That really unfunny guy on Saturday Night Live, his dad.
Oh yeah, the Davidson guy that gets all that food for some reason.
Pete Davidson.
Yeah,
his dad was a firefighter who never returned that day, and this fucking cunt has the nerve to be up there whining about that flag. Fuck you. I hate these people, man. I absolutely fucking hate them. Be more specific, Monkey. You're right. Unfunny guy on Saturday Night Live is pretty fucking vague.
Yeah, that could cover a few decades.
Yeah, pretty much all of them, honestly. All right, we got one more thing here. Go ahead, bud.
There were 343 firefighters killed that day.
But a couple of people have whined about that flag. Even if I give her the benefit of the doubt that it was actually people calling, "Oh my God, I saw this black and white American flag." Again, the correct answer to those people is to tell them to go get fucked.
Yeah, tell them to stop being babies and get some serious problems in their lives. We live in a very comfortable society where that is the type of thing you actually call somebody and complain about. Grow the fuck up.
But don't leave a skid mark on a painted flag if it's rainbow colored in the middle of your street, because that's a hate crime.
Oh yeah. Hey, did you see some people went out and purposely painted over one of those? And I think it was New Zealand.
Yeah, and it's a hate crime.
Oh, it's a hate crime. Oh, fuck off. You can burn an American flag without repercussion, but you touch a trans or gay flag, and suddenly it's a fucking hate crime.
Yep.
I do not understand the world we live in anymore.
Remember when that Fed, what's his name, the leader of the Proud Boys?
Oh, Enrique Tariq or whatever.
Tario.
Yeah, Tario.
Enrique Tario. He was arrested for basically the exact same thing that happened with the Supreme Court case with the American flag. The American flag, when they decided, yes, you can burn it, that flag had been stolen and set ablaze. Literally the same thing that happened in the Tario case. He stole a BLM flag and set it on fire. And you have to go to jail. Like, that's not what the Supreme Court said. Unless, I guess, only the American flag you can do that with.
Yeah, well, they're protected class. So the rules apply differently for certain people.
All right. Over here on the Streamlabs, if it loads up. Thank you for Kane again. No, see, all you do then is simply not help them if they find racism in the flag, then see how they survive as a citizen when they are told, okay, you can live here, but you get none of the benefits. See how long that flag is considered racist. Oh, no, see, that would just prove that flag is even more racist. Don't you understand? They will always be the victim. Always.
Yes. They get rewarded for being victims. So whatever you do, it's wrong.
Yeah.
You cannot be correct ever. It's unacceptable to not be a victim.
This is how they maintain their power.
Yeah. It's also a way of not taking any accountability. So they gain sympathy and, let's face it, money in a lot of cases for being the victim. And they also get, social status, and a lot of other things for it. It's become it's become a way of living for some people. They're perpetual victims, and that gives them special status.
And you say for some people, and it's more and more people every day.
Yeah.
We live in a society where you are celebrated for your victimhood. No matter how minuscule it is. They only put 6 sugars in my coffee and I said 7. I'm having the worst day. Oh my God, are you okay? I can't believe that happened to you.
Oh, it's horrible. Oh my God, you're so oppressed. We live in our society is way too comfortable. If these are your problems, you are pathetic.
Ebony says to end on something funny. Well, here's the thing, Ebony. This is Jack's last video. I have nothing else, so hopefully it's funny.
Oh, I've got a funny one. If this one doesn't make you, well, this
Bro,
is
I'm shocked we made it 2 hours. I
know.
I am done.
This has been a test to see how long you could go.
If you guys watched the cooking game I did with Satsu, if you listen at the very end, you can hear when the pain hit me. And yeah, I was done, Jack. Just done. I gave myself about half an hour to recover as best I could. I think I've done well. I've held up. But here we go. This is the Planet Fitness one you were mentioning earlier, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
More
Yeah, I've not seen it.
Planet Fitness.
Is this one of those weird things where you spin it around your ankle?
It's a leg exercise. You clip this to your ankle and you pull your leg back and forth and lift weights that way.
Oh, okay.
You'll see the machine a little better as we go.
Okay, babes, switch. Yes, got it. Thank you.
I'm sorry. Did that woman just say, "Hey, bitch, switch"?
Yes, and he said, "Yes, goddess."
Gentlemen, this guy thinks you can make a woman orgasm by severely damaging her insides with your fingernail.
Yeah, or touching her back because she won't let him put a finger in her. No, this is a fetish. This is some sort of fetish play.
Yeah. Ebony says, "What is this mess?" Sad, I guess.
Yeah, this is just some weak, pathetic beta male that really needed parental influence and not to have so much time with his mom.
Now, I do have something funny we could do. We're going to finish this, but I want to explain it to people. If it wasn't who it was, we absolutely would do it. But Hunter Avallone has become a rapper. It's absolutely wonderful for all the wrong reasons. I encourage you guys to look it up. But we're not going to show it here because I have no doubt that petty little shithead would hit us with a copyright strike.
Yeah, we should do a reaction video on Rumble.
Oh, we really should. We really should. Oh, God, no. Hey, apparently, he's been rapping for a while, but he just had another release about a month ago.
He dropped another hit, yo.
It's tragic.
Oh, dude, it is so bad. It makes the Velvet Villain song look good for those of you that have been following AP. Yeah.
I hadn't heard that because I saw you mention that, or well, you actually said it to me. And I happened to tune into AP while I was, resting up for this.
Mm-hmm.
Hardest job in the world, you guys.
Yeah, it is.
Notorious SIMP. It's really horrible. He said on his Twitter, I'm blocked by him. He doesn't like when you own his ass. But I saw it in another video. He's like, a lot of rappers have worked with me and told me I'm really good.
No, they haven't.
No, they didn't.
What other rappers? Were the other pathetic white internet streamers with no talent and sad, shallow existences that hide behind their girlfriends?
So while we can't do it here, and believe me, I would have a field day with it. You can watch it after this and get a good laugh. All right, back to this piece of shit.
Now bow.
What kind of self-respecting man does that?
This is not a self-respecting man.
And look, it's one thing if you want to get into some fetish play in your own house. If Lady Monkey asked me to do this, I would die laughing.
Oh, this isn't over.
Oh, I get that. But this is in public. You know what I mean? This isn't even behind closed doors. Why does everybody have to make their shit so public?
Attention seeking. Wait for it.
Spit in his mouth?
Yep.
Yeah, I kind of expected that.
Yeah. That's what got me. I'm like, that's fucking disgusting. It's bad enough you're doing your weird fetish shit, but then you spit on him. some of that spittle is going to get on the equipment because I don't think you're that good at aiming.
She's so lucky she has a nice ass. I mean, look, women can get away with a lot if they just flaunt the puss. Let's be honest.
Yeah. Like, you got some kind of humiliation kink. Okay, whatever. But don't do this shit at the gym. It's weird and gross. All right.
Yeah.
Spitting in the gym. That's fucking disgusting. And notice she didn't clean the equipment either.
You know, hoes like that ain't gonna do that.
No, but at Planet Fitness, you're supposed to clean your equipment.
Yeah, in Planet Fitness, you're supposed to be a woman to go in the woman's room, but that don't matter.
That's true. I think every guy that has a Planet Fitness membership should just start using the women's.
There ain't no guys that have that.
That's fair.
I'm just gonna be honest. I don't think any of them are male. Anyway, we're gonna wrap up there with guys. Everybody has their kink. Keep it to yourself. The world doesn't need to know your kink.
Yeah.
They shouldn't blur his face. He's in public. Well, there's a difference between one or two people seeing you and it blowing up all over the internet. Her face is there, so his would be easy to find for people who are so inclined. Please don't go look them up. But you get a pretty clear shot of her face. Did you see the hubbub about the guy with the truck that's got the painting of Joe Biden tied up in it?
Yeah, I saw that.
And some asshole doxed him.
Of course they did.
And then Brian Krasenstein reposted it. He took a screenshot of the doxing and crossed out the doxes, Jack, but left the name of the guy in there who posted it.
Oh, so he just redirected people to look at it that way.
Yeah, and then posted, I don't agree with doing doxing. Doxing is wrong.
Apparently that's a lie.
But you posted to where you could easily find it. What the fuck are you doing, retard?
He's trying to, it's plausible deniability. Like, oh, I didn't know you could do that. Well, totally doing that because he doesn't give a shit about this person.
I pointed it out. I'm like, but you still signal boosted this asshole and separate. But he crossed this stuff out.
Oh yeah, that makes it okay. If that had been politically the other way, you would never hear about it because it's okay when the left does it, but not when the right does it.
Yeah, you could easily say, "Hey, no matter what the circumstances, I'm against doxing."
Yeah, absolutely.
Without having to post it.
These people are incapable of seeing their own hypocrisy. They feel morally righteous in at least dog whistling or redirecting to that person. So they are, oh, I'm guilt-free because I am a good person. Because I did the slightest amount of effort to try and hide this. They see nothing wrong with what they did here.
No. And they know that their followers are dumb enough to go, but he crossed it out. I fucking hate these people. Anyway, on I fucking hate these people, we're going to wrap this one up. Excuse me. I'm so sorry. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming and hanging out with us. Thank you so much for the donations. You guys have no idea how much that helps. Jack, anything you'd like to show?
Not today, but thank you so much for all the generous donations. You guys are awesome. It really does keep the show going because then we can eat and pay our bills. But thank you so much for coming out and watching us night after night. And yeah, that's really about all I got. Condolences to Ed Pisker's family for his untimely self-deletion. But thank you guys for coming out. You guys are awesome.
Comrade Kitty asks, but what if our kink is Monkey's voice? Well, then you're normal and you should feel good about yourself. Jack, a pleasure as always, my friend.
Always glad to be here.
Everybody, have yourselves a wonderful night. Take care. We love you and we'll see you next time.
Bye, everybody.
Here's a song that I'm singing to sing a song about singing songs that I'm singing to you. It counts.